I call the banquet to order. We are now holding the banquet of the Plata Valley FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their station?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Executive Committee.
Stationed by the emblem of our organization.
Your duties there?
We as the Executive Committee strive to provide opportunities that influence every member. We cultivate pride and respect in the FFA and assist the other officers in fulfilling their duties.
The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Why by the door?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that this door is open at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The Treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Why so stationed?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice is based off true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a time-honored symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to direct the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
And why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we will be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their station.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are numerous members and guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. FFA members, why are we here?
To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this banquet of the Plata Valley FFA chapter duly open to the transaction of business and attentive to any matters which may be properly presented. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tucker Wiltsey, FFA Chapter President. I would like to welcome you to the 12th Annual FFA Recognition Banquet. Thank you for joining us in celebration of the students of agricultural education at Plateau Valley. We wish we could be meeting in person, but keeping up with COVID-19 guidelines, we are here digitally instead. We look forward to a big barbecue to celebrate sometime this summer or fall. Thank you to all the supporters of our program, teachers, and families watching right now who help us throughout the year. We'd like to especially thank this year's Board of Education, Dane Hilgenfeld, Corey Satterfield, Monty Hawkins, Eric Bevan, and Josh Shepardson. We appreciate the funds you allocate to help us learn in the classroom, have the supplies we need, and travel to contests and leadership opportunities. We'd also like to thank Mr. Mike Page, Superintendent, Mr. Trevor Long, Principal, Mr. John Holmes, Assistant Principal, and Miss Joanna Gibbs, Counselor, for all their endless hours of work. Thank you for believing in us and supporting us throughout the year. Now we begin our celebration and official ceremonies.
Tonight you'll hear from members of our chapter leadership officer team. Those of us who serve in the leadership of our FFA chapter commit our energy for a year to help the student-led organization succeed. Thank you to our families for all the hours driving us around, encouraging us, and helping us do the awesome things we do. As an officer team, we were asked what our families have taught us. Here's the words we came up with. Thanks for teaching us. Thanks for loving us. We appreciate you.
The purpose of the Agriculture Advisory Committee is to advise school administration and the ag instructor in meeting the agriculture education needs for students, the community, and the agriculture industry. These individuals meet several times during the year to review course outlines, help train FFA competitive teams, interview the students, and judge scholarship applications. I would like to recognize the following committee members for their many dedicated hours and service to our program. President Eric Bevan, Vice President Melissa Addison, Secretary Monica Klingler, and committee members Michael Blanc, Joel Courier, Chris Melnikoff, Kay Bumgardner, Trevor Long, and Bert Hill. In agricultural education, there are three main components. They are often referred to as the three circles of Ag Ed. This diagram reminds us that the components of an agricultural education program are all equally important. Classroom and lab experiences refer to the classroom instruction we receive. We may gather knowledge from textbooks, work in the greenhouse, woodworking, and welding projects or teamwork exercises. FFA is the leadership development component of our agricultural education program. Through competitive events, leadership training, and community service activities, we become better equipped to enter and be successful in the industries around us. Supervised agricultural experiences are commonly referred to as SAEs. We each have ways that we put agricultural education to use outside of school time. It may be through a paid job, or raising animals to sell, or even doing volunteer work. We keep records of those experiences and lessons. Tonight we begin our student recognition with those students who are excelling in the FFA component. Please welcome Kala Dennison.
FFA strives to develop premier leadership, personal growth, and career success. We mark our hard work and development by the degrees of recognition we work to receive. The first of the 4 FFA degrees of recognition is the Green Hand degree. To be eligible, an individual must be enrolled in agriculture education, have satisfactory plans for an SAE program, learned the FFA motto, salute, creed, and mission statement, and have submitted a written application for the degree. They have been reviewed by the advisor and found eligible for the award. Madam Secretary, will you read the list of candidates eligible in the National Constitution to receive the Green Hand FFA degree?
I have the applications of 10 students enrolled in agricultural education who are candidates for the Green Hand FFA degree. Cora Dennison, Colette Holyoke, Destiny Perry, Barrett Heisel, Kaylee Shiflett, Genevieve Hill, Marshall Himes, Dalton Kreitz, Jacob Castile, and Clayton Julius.
Candidates, you will receive the Green Hand FFA degree, which is symbolized with a bronze emblem and a green glove. Congratulations and good luck as you strive to further develop your abilities through active participation in the FFA. The basic beliefs of FFA members are outlined by the FFA Creed, part of which will be presented by our chapter creed speaking winner, Genevieve Hill. Kaylee and Genevieve will both receive pins congratulating their work. Genevieve Hill went on to win the district competition and will represent our chapter competing at the state level. Now we are honored to hear her present the creed.
The FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists, in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm, or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits, is pleasant as well as challenging, for I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life, and hold an inborn fondness for those associations, which even in hours of discouragement I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturalists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, in less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community, which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you.
The Star Green Hand Award is awarded to students who are receiving their Green Hand degree this evening and have shown outstanding service to our chapter. The first recipient of the Star Green Hand is a hardworking guy who is very involved in our FFA chapter. Marshall Heim helps our chapter complete community service and does well academically in his ag classes. This year he was on the Quiz Bowl team and also competed in ag mechanics. He will be representing our chapter by showing a steer at the Mesa County Fair. He has worked hard to start his own cattle herd this year, and we're excited to see where he goes in FFA. Congratulations, Marshall Himes. The second recipient is a young lady who also works hard to improve our FFA chapter. She surprised us when she won the alternate spot on the National Floriculture spot and went on to place silver in the silver category at National FFA Convention last fall. But then she continued her hard work all year. She competed in Creed speaking and Quiz Bowl and started training in both ag sales and food science for spring competitions. She will also be representing us at the Mesa County Fair with her goat production SAE. Congratulations, Kaylee Shiflett, on your hard work this year as Star Green Hand.
The second degree an FFA member can obtain is the Chapter FFA degree. There are 5 candidates for the Chapter FFA degree: Corbin Kirby, Julie Wiltsey, Kyle Lynch, Madison Dole, and Clayton Shepherdson. Our Constitution sets up minimal qualifications which must be met before members can advance. These candidates have met or exceeded these standards. You'll receive a silver pin on the chapter degree, but remember that there are also higher degrees you should all try to obtain as FFA members. 2 candidates are chosen out of the chapter FFA degrees for outstanding chapter degree. The Outstanding Chapter Degree Award is open to students who have earned this chapter degree. Consideration is based upon their involvement in activities in our chapter, the qualifications of their SAE project, their involvement as a leader in the chapter, the number of ag classes the student was enrolled in, and his or her performance in school. The first recipient award tonight is a young lady who works very hard at the task she's assigned, whether it is a chapter meeting or a CDE contest. As a member of the Vet Science team, she has worked especially hard. Madison is always there to serve the community during Harvest Festival, when we're planting flowers on Main Street, and during other activities too. She has a successful SAE on her family ranch. More importantly, she is friendly to all and helpful always. We're proud of recognizing Madison Dole. The second recipient of this award tonight is a young man who brings humor and hard work to every situation. He is a member of the Ag Mechanics team, and he has a successful SAE in market sheep. He was a great sport when learning how to do parliamentary procedure when he needed more for a team. The only downfall to this award is that he had to make his own plaque on his laser engraver. Please help me congratulate Clayton Shepherdson. I'd now like to introduce our first of several retiring addresses from our senior FFA officers. The young lady does everything fast. She is on a Nordic ski team and skis fast, and she rodeos and rides her horse fast. She works hard at school and learns fast, and we're grateful for all the hard work she's dedicated to our chapter as an officer and on the veterinary science team. I'm proud to introduce Jordan Miner.
When I started 6th grade and chose my first ag class, I never knew how much agriculture would impact my life. If I'm being completely honest, I only chose agriculture because I knew that my music and my art skills were pretty lacking. I never really intended to be as fully involved as I am today. But as I continued through my middle school years, I got introduced to the AET. This is our online record book. It was so convenient to use and so much easier than the 4-H record books that I had been doing for so long before then, that I decided to head over to the dark side my summer before I started high school and join the FFA. I feel that becoming an FFA member was an inevitable fate for me. If I hadn't joined because of my insatiable desire to make my life easier, I would have joined because of my pushy best friend, Marina Jones. She knew that FFA was going to be the best decision that I had ever made before I knew it myself. One of my fondest memories of FFA was one that I believed shaped me into the person that I am today. This was my first national convention trip. For those of you who don't know, National Convention is a gathering of over 65,000 FFA members. Now, I don't know about you, but being a sophomore in high school that only had a class of 22 to reference by, this was a huge number to just get thrown into. And not only that, but we had this teacher that went along with us. His name was Mr. Hill. He decided that it would be a good idea for me as a sophomore to learn my way around a few things because he knew that I was a little shy and that I didn't really like doing things on my own. So as my friends and my chapter members dispersed throughout the FFA hall, I was left with Mr. Hill. I looked at him and I said, "Well, what should we do now?" He looked back at me and he said, "I don't know, figure it out," and walked away and left me there. So here I am, freshman in my sophomore year of high school, standing around wondering, well, where do I go from here? But that was probably one of the best things that could have ever happened to me. I started walking around and learning about all new types of agriculture that I had never even looked at before. It made me realize that this was a career that I wanted to devote my life to. I can't thank him enough for that experience. Now, as FFA has shaped me into the person that I am, I've realized that it hasn't shaped me just in the person that I am today, but it has given me a family that I can trust and rely on no matter what. We can irritate the crap out of each other, but we are one of the most tight-knit groups that I have ever seen. We're always there for each other and we will support each other no matter what. Now, I always felt like an outcast kind of in my school because I didn't do the traditional sports. I was a Nordic skier and a barrel racer, so I never really got to connected with my individual class. But my FFA members, now that's a different story. We have this bond that I will forever miss, and it's one of the things that I have missed most in this COVID-19 pandemic. Not being able to see them every week or even every day has been very hard on me. So I'm coming here today just to give a little advice to the incoming freshmen or just new members to FFA. Enjoy it while it lasts, because before you know it, you're not going to have it anymore. And it's going to be one of the best moments of your lives. So remember every moment and hold on to it for as long as you can.
One of our favorite parts of tonight is to honor individuals who have helped our FFA chapter. We honor individuals, families, and businesses who have helped us and grant them honorary membership into the chapter. For this year's honorary FFA chapter member, there are 2 recipients. First, we'd like to recognize Josh Shepherdson. Josh is the husband of our ag teacher, which sometimes means his life is attacked by the ag program. There are sometimes extra kids at dinner, team practices more often than he'd like, and an extra busy schedule for his family. He handles it all with patience and a smile. And we're grateful for the support. He has bought pies, taught the ag mechanics team, and sponsored dinners and tells really corny jokes. Congratulations, Josh, on your honorary membership. Our second honorary FFA member to induct tonight is Mr. Mike Courier. Mike has been a longtime supporter of both 4-H and FFA. In the last few years, he bought pies, supported students at the Mesa County Fair livestock sale, and supported all our activities. We were especially excited when he was a guest speaker on Ag Career Day this winter, and look forward to all the times he has shared his expertise. Congratulations, Mike, on your honorary membership. We appreciate you. On behalf of every member of our chapter, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary members. Thank you for your support.
We appreciate everything that our honorary FFA members have done for our chapter throughout the years. Some individuals and organizations help FFA on a larger scale for a longer time. We would like to recognize them next. The Blue and Gold Award symbolizes national pride in the blue in the FFA jacket and the gold standards we try to adhere to in our day-to-day lives. This award is sponsored by Platte Valley Elk Ranch. This year we recognize 2 families who we inducted as honorary members. In both cases, however, they have continued to support us in so many ways. Tony and Melanie Moderato are appreciated as program volunteers. Tony helps the ag mechanics team as a coach and recently helped us complete a large fencing project. Melanie helps us in the Gymkhana series and supports FFA members in so many ways. Eric and Susie Bevan also support the program in so many ways. Eric has served as an advisory committee president for several years and is now on the school board. Susie is a coordinator for the Gymkhana series and works hard all summer on that project. Next, we will hear from a girl who pounds fence staples with a 2-pound sledgehammer. She's so tough. Her calm and kind demeanor just mask her highly competitive skills in vet science and her singing ability in the car. We are so grateful for her hard work in our FFA chapter. Congratulations on a good year, Macy Holmes.
Hi, my name is Macy Holmes. I'm the chapter's vice president. For the past 3 years, I have been a chapter officer. Traditionally, at the beginning of each and every meeting, we begin by sharing our highs and lows. It's pretty self-explanatory. You say the best part of your day and the worst part of your day. Over the past 3 years, I have sat through 60 officer meetings. So I think it's only fitting to begin my retiring address this way. I'll share with you the highs and lows of my FFA experience. First, my low, because it's nowhere as important as my highs. When this year's spring FFA events were canceled, I was devastated. FFA was what I was looking forward most to this spring, especially during my senior year. It was a chance to compete, a chance for my FFA vet science team to place first at state, a chance to go to nationals next fall. Fortunately, we still have that opportunity coming in September. Moving from the lows, I want to focus on the highs, the experience and memories that actually matter. I remember joining FFA my freshman year, thinking, yeah, I'll give this a shot. One of the first things that freshmen learn in FFA is a creed,
As a 9th grader, I was this incredibly shy girl. I felt like I could just hide in my jacket, shrinking down into a puddle of blue corduroy. I earned my jacket by being one of the first people to learn the creed. However, when I tried for a spot to compete at our district competition, I was a complete wreck. My mind went blank. Public speaking was terrifying, and I have no idea why I gave in to Mrs. Shepherdson's nagging to to try it. But the payment was enough when I finally learned the creed. I am even able to stand up and speak in front of 250 people now, with only getting a little nervous. Needless to say, becoming a better public speaker was one of my highs. I have always enjoyed being an officer and leader in our FFA chapter. By the end of my freshman year, by the end of district leadership conference, which is in September, my freshman year, I was hooked. It was the first FFA activity that I ever attended. I didn't really understand official dress at that point, so I ended up wearing white shoes, which is a huge mistake. I stuck out like a sore thumb. I knew I wanted to be an officer because I couldn't wait to help plan events for fellow members. I wanted to attend every single meeting I could. I would definitely consider being an officer as one of my highs. As a freshman, I immediately fell in love with the vet science team, despite the fact that I have no intention of becoming a vet. When state CDEs rolled around, I was nervous and excited. During the awards ceremony, I will never forget that pit feeling in my stomach, wanting your name to be called while simultaneously wanting it to be the last name called, because that means you scored even better. And then during my sophomore year, my team scored 3rd and placed gold at state. Or there was that time when Cal and I competed in vet science in the morning and then had to dash off to a track meet that afternoon. That was probably one of my favorite competitions because we each scored 1st and 2nd. The glorious thing about vet science is that when you wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go to a competition, you don't have to put on official dress. You simply have to put on some scrubs, which are basically pajamas. Competing in vet science has been a high of mine. There is a quote by Stephanie Meyer that says, "Perhaps without the lows, the highs could not be reached." And maybe that's why we always start our officer meetings with our highs and lows. We learn from the lows and enjoy the highs. If I were to leave new FFA members with one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't hold back from trying new things because two things may happen. 1, sometime down the road, you will look back and regret not having the experiences and memories you missed out on. Or 2, you will have missed out on something that could have had a major impact on your life. Either way, no harm will come from trying things that seem scary. Lastly, I'd like to say thank you to my parents for allowing me to participate in just about every single FFA activity for the past 4 years. My peers and fellow members for the unconditional support, and finally Mrs. Shepardson for her endless nagging and encouragement that I will always remember. Instead of a goodbye, I will end my retiring address with a "see you later," because I will be back in September to help my vet science team earn our spot at nationals. Thank you.
This is the part of our recognition banquet night where we normally test, taste, and auction off 5 pies, with the highest bid taking the Pie of the Year title. Due to the online nature of our program this year, you'll need to go to the PV Ag Program webpage to see pictures of the pies. Text bidding has been available all day today, May 20th, and will close at 8 p.m. Go to pvagprogram.weebly.com to see the pies up for auction and contact Ms. Shepardson to bid. Thanks again for all of your support of this pie auction. We will now recognize chapter members receiving their state degrees. The Colorado State FFA degree is the highest degree of achievement that our association offers. Students must document $2,500 of profit or 750 hours of experience in their SAE.
They have to have attended 7 activities above the chapter level and completed 50 hours of community service in addition to their local involvement. We are proud to report that 7 individuals from our chapter will be receiving the state degree this year. They will receive actual pendants at State FFA Convention, but we award them with a chain to wear it on. Congratulations to Caleb Jenkins, John Nichols, Jack Shepherdson, Wesley Shiflett, Macy Holmes, Cody Melnikoff, and Calla Dennison on this achievement. Enjoy some pictures of their SAE experiences.
Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it. Girls like to laugh, tears don't last, and scared's what praying's for. If it's close, swing the bat, everybody's got a pass, and love's worth living for.
We are proud to recognize a group of young students in our school, middle school agricultural students. The middle school discovery degree recognizes a student for their early involvement in ag classes, community service, and FFA activities. Here at Plateau Valley Middle School, students have an opportunity to take 1/4 of ag per year, so they receive almost 1 year of instruction by the end of middle school. We have created a program where students can earn their FFA jackets to use in high school by participating in each year of middle school. This year, we will recognize 6th and 7th grade participants with certificates and 8th grade students with a FFA jacket to welcome them into our chapter for next year. In 6th grade, the following students completed the requirements this year: Kayla Shepherdson, Kiana Himes, Riley Junn, and Hunter White. In 8th grade, the following students completed their requirements this year and have earned their discovery degree. They also have worked hard and will receive their jackets later this summer: Rusty John, Sammy Addison, Tristan Webb, Elise Yanez, Alyssa White. Congratulations to our middle school ag students. We gladly welcome you into our chapter as freshmen next year.
The FFA program is filled with many traditions, one of which is the FFA jacket. It is worn as a symbol of pride for being involved in an organization that promotes agriculture. Tonight we recognize an individual for his dedication who always wears official dress and represents FFA with a smile. He understands that zipping up an FFA jacket is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. The old adage says, your FFA jacket has the name of who you are on the front and where you've come from on the back. Nowhere on the jacket it says how far you'll go. You determine that. John Nichols has been involved in the Plateau Valley FFA program for 3 years. He's been involved in ag mechanics and other teams like Quiz Bowl and livestock judging. He never skips an opportunity to grow his leadership at places like District Leadership Conference or State Convention. He's a hard worker and always has a smile on his face. It's members like him that make our chapter successful. Congratulations, John Nichols.
The scholarship awards are being presented tonight to those dedicated agricultural students who have maintained a grade point average of 3.5 in all of their academic classes, including agriculture. The scholarship pin is given to each student and is worn on the FFA jacket and signifies them as an outstanding academic student of our chapter. Congratulations to each of these recipients: Genevieve Hill, Colette Hollyoak, Kaylee Shiplet, Marshall Himes, Destiny Perry, Barrett Heisel, Corbin Kirby, Will Ross, Clayton Shepherdson, Julie Wiltsey, Emily Bailey, Cody Melnikoff, John Nichols, Clancy Hollyoak, Madison Dole, Madison Clark, Calla Dennison, Jack Shepherdson, Wesley Shiplet, Macy Holmes, Tucker Wiltsey, Jordan Miner, Emmett Cooper, and Tristan Danks.
In the fall, our chapter competes in leadership development events in our FFA district, which includes chapters all the way from Gunnison to Fruita and everywhere in between. We want to honor those participants and their successes. First, congratulations to Tristan Danks and Macy Holmes for serving as our district FFA officer delegates this year and in decision making and leadership training. As mentioned earlier, we were represented well in Creed speaking. Genevieve Hill received a gold award as well as first place. She will represent our FFA district in the state competition this summer. Kaylee Shiflett received a silver award in the competition. In prepared public speaking, we're proud of Julie Wiltsey for entering and receiving a bronze award for this competition. In extemporaneous speaking, participants have 30 minutes to write a speech about a topic that they've drawn out of a hat. They use the resources they've brought to give a 4 to 6 minute speech. Congratulations, Tucker Wiltsey, for being the district winner and going to the state competition to represent our chapter. Jordan Miner received a runner-up, also in the gold category. The parliamentary procedure team competed at districts with a team made up of Clayton Shepherdson, Corbin Kirby, Emily Bailey, Madison Dole, Tucker Wiltsey, and Macy Holmes. They did a great job and received a bronze medal. The job interview contest provides a way for students to practice their interview skills and spruce up their resume and cover letter. At the district competition, Tucker Wiltsey received first place and Jordan Miner received second place. Congratulations on well representing our chapter. The other competitions we usually compete during the spring have been postponed until September 11th due to the COVID-19. We're looking forward to being back together and practicing to have a great success there too. Another way we recognize FFA members is when they meet a set of requirements by which a student can letter in FFA. It's no easy job. They must show extra determination and involvement. They have to pass 5 ag classes with a B or better, earn their green hand and chapter degree, apply for either a proficiency award or a state degree, serve as a chapter officer or in other leadership community positions, complete 25 or more hours of community service, attend district, chapter, and state activities, and compete on a career development team. Congratulations to Macy Holmes as a first-year letterman. As members continue in FFA, they can add a bar to their letter by choosing from a variety of ways to further their leadership. Congratulations to Jordan Miner, Tucker Wiltsey, and Calla Dennison as second-year lettermen this year. Next, we will hear the retiring address from this year's chapter president. He's got a good sense of humor and has been successful in public speaking, ag mechanics, parliamentary procedure, and just to name a few. Introducing Tucker Wiltsey.
I have a little secret to tell. It's one I've kept for a while, but I think now's the time to tell it. I, your future Farmers of America chapter president, I'm not a farmer. I'm just a normal guy, just really deep into an organization. And I don't think that's me saying I don't like the FFA. That's far from the truth. I just happened to try something new a few years ago. Look where it brought me. I'll tell you my story. Maybe you could pull something from it. So I grew up right in the middle of Colburn. And I didn't live on a ranch. I don't live on a ranch. I don't own a bunch of animals. I don't even have a garden. Right? No one in my family is a rancher except for my great uncle Bill, but I don't really do much work on his ranch. I have almost no attachments to agriculture, but here I stand in the future farmers of America. All right, now that you have some sort of background, I'll take you back to my freshman year. Now, I was a starry-eyed kid with some huge ambitions to join everything. Right? I didn't know much about the FFA, but it sounded like it might be fun. So I joined. Right? And I started my adventure by joining ag mechanics. And honestly, I joined because I didn't know much about animals, but it turns out I didn't know much about ag mechanics either. I did a few things that year. I did some creed speaking, quiz bowl, ag mechanics, the whole 9 yards. That year wasn't my greatest, right? Nothing I learned felt practical. I didn't excel at anything in particular, right? I could have easily stopped my involvement that year, but I didn't. Right? And I didn't stop because I enjoyed what I was doing. Right? I liked the FFA. I liked the people in it. I liked the fun I had. I liked the memories I made and the lessons I learned. And I stayed because I liked the FFA. Right? And despite the fact that I wasn't a farmer, I felt at home in the FFA. Right? And even though I didn't excel, I enjoyed what I was doing. Right? Everything worth doing is worth being bad at. And by the end of the year, I had some sort of idea about what the FFA was. And during the next year, 3 things happened. One, I chose not to apply for an officer position because I didn't think I belonged. I thought because I'm not a farmer, I probably shouldn't run for office. I didn't deserve it. And that was honestly a mistake. 2, I joined exempt speaking. I did really, really, really bad, but I liked it. I had a good time. Right? When you do something you enjoy, you can't be disappointed. Right? And 3, I kept doing ag mechanics, and throughout the year, I felt really disappointed. But I felt like I was bad at everything in ag mech, even though I put in a ton of work. Right? And all these other guys looked like they had it all figured out just because they were farmers and they were ranchers who obviously knew what they were doing. Right? It felt like I couldn't succeed because I wasn't a farmer. But something happened. State Ag Mech. I got a gold medal. Are you still filming? Oh shoot. Should I keep going? Mm-hmm. But something happened. State Ag Mech. I got a gold medal. Right? It was a huge surprise. How did I do that? Like I excelled past tons of real farmers who seemed to have it all figured out. Right? And that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me. You don't have to be an actual farmer to excel in the FFA. Right? You don't have to start out good at anything. You just have to work. You just have to work really hard at it. Or you don't have to start out as a farmer to be good at farm things. All you have to do is get through that painful beginning where you feel lost and inferior. And that's the part a lot of people get stuck on. But that's life. Like, what many don't understand is that you can't start out good at everything, but you can get better at anything. Right? And after I figured that out, the next year was great. But I applied to be an officer. I actually ended up with 2 positions. I managed to sneak my way from the position of junior vice president to senior reporter. Right? I won district exempt speaking. I was on the Parley Pro team and had a blast, even though it didn't go great. And I got another gold medal at state ag mechanics, and the next year was the same thing. Chapter president, district exempt champ 2 years in a row, job interview winner, Parley Pro went about the same. And I was excelling at ag mech, right, and guiding the younger guys. And then, quarantine, that's not important though. But I joined the FFA with absolutely no experience in agriculture. I knew I wasn't going to do well, right? I knew I was going to fail, but honestly, I was probably going to fail at anything else I tried because that's how it goes, right? At anything you do, you're probably going to fail, but you'll get better, right? Why try and fail at something you don't want to do when you can try and fail at something you do want to do, right? And throughout that failure, something sparked in me, right? This new passion for agriculture sprouted and it grew. Right? Before the FFA, I was pretty neutral to agriculture. But because I tried something new, I gained this deep fondness for something that was foreign to me before. Right? And not only that, because I tried something new, I built a bank. Right? I built a bank of knowledge, a bank of experience, a bank of memories. Memories I'll never forget. Right? And because I tried something new, I'm an agriculturalist. I'm no farmer. I'm no rancher. I'm an agriculturalist. Anyone can be. Anyone can build this passion for agriculture without being part of it. Right? Anyone can be touched by agriculture through this organization. I was touched by agriculture through this organization, the organization of the Future Farmers of America. So try something new. If you're interested in something unfamiliar, give it a try. Right? Don't miss out on something great because you think it'll be bad. Because you can't start out good at everything, but you can get better at anything, and everything worth doing is worth being bad at. So as I stand here, preparing to retire my jacket, I encourage you to do what I did, to take a jump into something unfamiliar. I took the jump, and I gained countless fond memories, strong bonds, and timeless lessons. When I picked up this jacket without having any idea what I was getting into, and now I retire this jacket as a changed person. So do what I did and try something new.
Just as time in the ag classroom is valuable, so is time spent outside of school. There are many valuable lessons we can only learn on the job. So our supervised agricultural experience programs are very important. Most of our SAEs can be put into two categories. One category is placement, or working for someone else and recording our paid or unpaid hours. The second is entrepreneurship, or running our own business and recording profits. There are a few students who demonstrate their unlimited potential by applying for state recognition for their hard work. The application they complete is lengthy. The record book must be in perfect order. They are judged at the state level for their proficiency in this area. This year, our chapter submitted 2 proficiency awards. These individuals will have their name engraved on a plaque in the ag room and also receive a pin for their jacket. Calla Dennison submitted her application in the vet science area, where she has journaled many hours with Plateau Valley Vet Clinic. She has gained skills in customer relationships and detailed skills needed in surgery and in caring for her animals. Her application was not ranked due to a deadline issue. Jack Shepherdson submitted his application in the Beef Production Entrepreneurship Award area. He owns a small herd of cattle and has gained skills in animal health, pasture management, and genetics. He received a bronze award in the state level. Congratulations, Jack and Calla.
Each year we are lucky enough to auction off 5 pies competing for the Pie of the Year award. The proceeds made fund the scholarships we give at the year's following banquet. We are happy tonight to give $2,000 in scholarships to qualified applicants.
The scholarship results are: a $700 scholarship will be given to Tucker Wiltsey as he studies engineering at Colorado Mesa University. Jordan Miner will also receive a $700 FFA scholarship as she goes on to study animal science at the University of Washington. And Macy Holmes will also receive a $700 FFA scholarship. She will be studying exercise and sports science at Carroll College. Congratulations, seniors, on a great job.
We are lucky tonight to have our very own state officer address us. Brandon Melnikoff has been serving as state treasurer this year and has done a great job representing our chapter. He has submitted his American degree application and hopes he will receive that award in November at National Convention. We're proud to call him our own. Thanks for speaking to us today, Brandon.
Dear Plateau Valley Corduroy, from the moment I knew that I too wanted to wear the blue and gold and hang around the ag kids joking and whining about building that fence and our lives in that land lab and beyond, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep I gave you my all, from my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As an immature freshman boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the day that it would all end, the day that comes for every member, the day that you take off that blue and gold jacket. And so I wore it. I wore it to contests and conventions, and even to school. You asked me for my involvement. I gave you my heart, because it came with so much more. I wore that jacket through dry heat and the frigid snow. Not because Miss Shepherdson asked me, but because you called me. I did everything for you. Because that's what you do when something makes you feel as alive as you've made me feel. You gave me, a freshman boy, his state officer dream, and I will always love you for that. But I can't love you for much longer. This year is all I have left to give. My body can take the miles, my mind can handle the work, but my heart, it knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to let you go. I want you to know now, so we both can savor every moment we've had together, the good and the bad. We have given each other all that we have. I've spent the last year traveling every road in this state, but every road led right back to Plateau Valley, because at our school, we have the truest of members. At our chapter, we have an advisor that rivals none in this state. At our program, our talent is what's going to blaze trails and pave roads of the future of this world. At our school, we have students that no matter what situation may arise, whether that be a global pandemic or running late to school, they handle it with grace and love unlike anything I've ever seen. Because at Plateau Valley, we get it. We get that the world is always in a varying degree of chaos. And right now, it seems that chaos is at a heightened level that has never been seen before. But we say, let's get to work. Because nothing stops Plateau Valley from putting in the work, from running the good race and fighting the good fight. And nothing stops this community from giving. Nothing stops this school from educating. Nothing stops this chapter from being the future of agriculture. And nothing stops this advisor from doing a world-class job when all the odds are stacked against her. All because of that blue and gold Plateau Valley corduroy jacket. And we both know, no matter what I, or even the graduating seniors, retiring officer, or even the next generation do next, I will always be that kid that just wanted a jacket of blue and gold. Whether in the field or on a stage, a freshman or a senior, Plateau Valley stitched in gold, branded upon my heart. Love you always, Brandon Lee Melnikoff, State Treasurer.
Yesterday, goodbye dreams, I won't be dreaming. Goodbye memories of a love I thought was true. Goodbye reasons why I cried all night and wished that
It's my pleasure this evening as the FFA advisor to give out some awards to those in the class of 2020. Seniors, we're very proud of you. We love you. We kind of wish you weren't leaving, but we know it's time for you to go on to bigger and better things. First off, to the class of 2020, thanks for being awesome. Many of you have been in an ag class at one time or another, even if you weren't extra involved. I appreciate your sense of humor, your leadership style, your hard work, and even your snarky remarks. There are a few seniors, however, that I would like to give some very specific awards to. The first we'll start with this evening is awarded to Tristan Danks. Tristan, I'm awarding you the Crazy Cat Lady Award. You remind us that we should work really hard for the things we love in life, even if it's having a cat in our lives. I will never forget that trip to Stock Show where you became close friends with the cat in PetSmart and begged to take him home, and then about a year later, I think, got your own cat. So I've always been amazed at the love and dedication you show to those things important to you. Our next award goes to Macy Holmes. Macy, you received the Flashlight in the Dark Award. Not because you're scared of the dark or anything, but you have a great way of shining a light on all the things that are really important to our group. It's quiet, but eventually we all understand what you're saying. Thanks for being an incredible vice president and leader in our school. Our next award goes to Tucker Wiltsey. Tucker Wiltsey receives the On the Spot Award. Tucker has a unique ability in impromptu speaking. In fact, I think his ability stems from being able to make things up all the time. Who really knows if what he's telling us ever is true? But he's got a great sense of humor and an awesome way of presenting it. Tucker, thank you for sharing your vast amounts of knowledge with us throughout the years. Thank you for your sense of humor, I kind of think even thank you for some of the inappropriate jokes you told on the bus, but I'm not quite sure about that one. We appreciate you. We know you'll go far. Great job. Our next award goes to Jordan Miner. Jordan, you will be receiving the Calendar Award. Most of you that know Jordan know that she is a fairly busy gal. She's involved in a lot of things. She's an exemplary athlete in many areas. She's also an important part of our FFA chapter and has served in many roles, never flinching, never hesitating to do what's needed. I appreciate that so much about her, and I've really learned from Jordan that we have more time than we know for the things that are important to us. I've also learned a lot about how to manage time from Jordan because she does a great job of fitting everything she wants to in. So senior class, congratulations on your scholarships. Congratulations on a job well done. I'm proud of you. Our chapter will miss you and will be forever touched by your hard work. As we conclude our recognition program, there are a few thank yous we need to add. First off, we'd like to thank some individuals who came forward unsolicited to make donations and pay for this year's banquet awards. We made a conscious choice as an FFA chapter to not worry so much about sponsorships this year with the state of chaos in the world. But a special thank you to Pudge and Julia Cox, Alan and Lita Hill, the town of Colburn, and the Colorado West Paint Horse Club. When the Colorado West Paint Horse Club disbanded this spring, they made a donation to our chapter that played a big part in putting on a banquet. We'd also like to thank again all the past, present, and future pie makers and pie buyers who helped fund the scholarships for our chapter. It takes a lot of people to help make our FFA chapter successful. So if you're one of those people who has sponsored Gymkhana awards, bought pumpkins, bought fruit, bought plants, sponsored jackets, showed up with food, come in as a guest speaker or a judge for a contest, we really appreciate you. We appreciate you and we honor you, and we know that our success depends upon you. Now we'd like for you to enjoy, as a way to close our banquet, a slideshow of memories from the rest of the year. Thank you for attending and have a great summer.
Day after day I'm more confused. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose, and I'm feeling the strain. Oh, it is shame. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you. You can carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? And when my mind is free, you know a melody can move me. stars coming through to soothe me. Thanks for the joy that you're giving me. The joy that you're giving me. I want you to know that I believe in your song. Oh, yeah. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. You help me along. Making me strong. Oh, you're making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Drift away. And give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Just give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Yeah. Oh, won't you take me? Oh, won't you take me? I wanna drift away. Won't you take me away? I wanna drift away. I wanna drift away. Take me home. Let me drift away. Won't you take me away?
Beer don't keep, love's not cheap, trucks don't wreck themselves. Mama ain't a shrink, daddy ain't a bank, and God ain't a wishing well. Money ain't rich, everybody sins, and nobody wins in a fight. And sometimes wrong is right. Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it. Girls like to laugh, tears don't last, and scared's what praying's for. If it's close swing to bat, everybody's got a pass, and love's worth living for. When you dance, hold it close till the brakes go for broke, and be the first to reach for a hand. No, you don't get to do some things again. Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it. When you can't take it slow, 'cause time sure won't really makes you a man. Is being true to her till your glass runs out of sand. Some of it you learn the hard way, some of it you read on a page, some of it comes from heartbreak, most of it comes with age, and none of it ever comes easy. A bunch of it you maybe can't use. I know I don't probably know what I think I do, but there's something to some of it.
In a time full of war, be peace. In a time full of doubt, just believe. Yeah, there ain't that much difference between you and me. In a time full of war, be peace. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark, you were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. In a place that needs change, make a difference. In a time full of noise, just listen. 'Cause life is but a breeze, better live it. In a place that needs a change, make a difference. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Oh, don't hide in the dark, you were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. La la la. You can't win, slow it down. Yeah, you only get one go round. 'Cause the finish line is 6 feet in the ground. In a race you can't win, just slow it down. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Make it right. Don't hide in the dark, you were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. Yeah, it's hard to live in color when you just see black and white. In a world full of hate, be a light. Six lanes, tail lights, red ants marching into the night. They disappear to the left and right again. Another supper from a sack, a 99-cent heart attack. I got a pounding head and an aching back, and the camel's buried in a big straw